Hey kids, Inverted Cow here. Welcome back to another little bit of Timber and Stone. I've been running pretty much nonstop since the last episode. Just had my last remaining two guys working as both farmers and fishermen and alternating them back to other tasks as time goes by, as I can. It's basically I've got one guy working his butt off farming or fishing almost constantly. Whenever their tool breaks, I switch him over to whatever is needed and I switch the other guy back to the other thing. I've had upwards of 140 food. I've actually had to make food crates to store it all. And I finally managed to get myself my first new migrant. I'm not going to be fussy right now. Warm bodies is what we need. So I'm not too worried about their skills. But let me keep this paused for a second here. And I'll show you a problem I found. That's I built this road early on in the game. It wasn't straight. It wasn't lined up with nothing. It doesn't go where I need it to go. And I added to it and added to it and added to it until it finally got to where I wanted to be. There's no way to undesignate areas. Like I cannot undesignate these roads. I can't put a fence. I can't build a fence on top of this road, although I can build fence gates. I can't change oopses. For example, I had a misclick and I had one extra piece of fence ordered. I can't remove that while in this position. I can't undo it. The other problem I ran into was, you'll notice it's day 16. I think it was day 13 or day 12 when I last played. And so I've gone forward quite a few days without anything happening. Now all of a sudden I had a trader show up and then this new player showed up, this new person. Neither one of them came in until I relocated my hall area so that it was outside of the door that I had built. I actually carried it out to the front step, so now they can actually go up to the front step and go through the door. They won't go into the hall. You know, I'm assuming that this is the trader here. That's Kushkov. I turned him into trader. This is my new player, Clementine. There is a merchant en route. I don't know where they're coming. Basically, I'm selling some of the seeds and whatnot. So we'll get this new person on working. Get them configured. They came with a free solid pick. That's kind of handy. 4 coal, that's not a big deal. I am going to leave him on mining for the time being. We'll click on wait and haul while idle. And I want him to maintain in inventory a club as well. Keep your encumbrance up to about max. I don't know what this does, but I find the builders, if I ever put them on building, they always give me an error message when they're trying to build their first block after loading their inventory. If they have any tools in hand, it can be rather annoying. Some of them actually won't build. They'll just stand there and look at things and go, "Oh, I won't build. I got tools in my hand." And you have to actually empty tools out. As you can see, some of the building has progressed slightly. I've got Bob Marley here harvesting trees. Let's see if I can scroll up my walls just a little bit more. Some of the building has progressed slightly, but essentially I've had just the one person who was my builder has been running around doing fishing and whatnot. So now I got a new player. So there we go. My first new player, day 16. That's 6 days after my attack from the necromancer. And I've essentially, all I've done was fish and farm. I'm tracking food up here so that I can see what I have. Now this is my merchant coming down the roadway here. But yeah, this is something I think that they really need to alter. They need to have either a designation that is trading hall or trading area that the merchant will go to. And you need to be able to reallocate like roads where they are, undo designations, undo construction mistakes, and not have to fuss with it. Like if I tried just to dig and mine it, it won't do it. It won't let me dig this road up. See? It just says, nope, can't do it, not allowed. I can't right click, I can't cancel it. There's no way to order it to not happen. If you get a misclick, you can't click on the misclick and say, oh, hey, just undo that. It is frustrating, to say the least. Transactions, here's our trader going at it. He's going to buy me some wheat. Well, it sucks deal, but hey, helps unload some of this junk I've got. Now the trader seems to just basically methodically go through every item that you have listed for purchases and for sales. I've loaded up. I want to buy a bunch of seed, a bunch of different kinds of seed that I don't have. I'm selling some of the stuff that I have surpluses of, say raw stone, for example, the raw wheat, that kind of thing. And see, now he's working on it and selling me. So some very overpriced pumpkin seeds, but that's okay because I just want enough for one garden. And some turnip seeds. Let's check my other guy here. How are you doing there, Bob? Okay, it looks like my trader is done. He seems to be departing. There's no message, of course, telling me that he's finished. So I can got my guy here. And I'll get him back on farming. So yeah, there's my kind of annoyance with the game. Now, I've also noticed that the more times people walk on this road, the more the road develops. It's slowly starting to see little bits of cobblestone in here. Hills are getting smoothed into ramps. Slightly less dramatic slopes on them. So I don't know. We'll see how much a terrain alteration that happens. Of course, not being able to alter the terrain for the road means that I can't come in and say, take out all of this road and order it to be something different. I can't remove this hill, for example, in this location and make this flat. So yeah, there is some drawbacks. This game still has a few obvious bugs or features, I guess, that need to be worked out. Because there is some things here that are kind of annoying. Just squaring off this hill. I'm going to put some more garden plots, farm plots up here, and see if I can keep these guys functional. I do have to turn off the seed purchases that I ordered, just in case I get another trader. And at some point in time, I have to see if I can figure out how to get the herding to work. You know, you're digging dirt. Dirt is not beyond your skill to mine, so you can handle it. Now, each of these farms, I'll show you here, each of these farm areas is one different type of crop, and basically every time they harvest they expand that crop. That's why you only need a few seeds to start with. The idea is that the farmer will continue to work in one plot of one type until such time as he has done all actions in that plot of that type. Eventually I want to actually have a farmer working in each of the fields, although you can't say have this farmer work this plot field only, which is kind of irritating also. It would be kind of helpful to make it so that you could actually designate who does what. Again, just something. This game is still under development. It is still being designed, I guess. So I'm not going to complain too much about that. But it's just things to keep in mind. You know, being able to tell your guys to do a certain task would be helpful. Not just have the computer generate what they're going to do. Stand right in the doorway and stop working. Now, why are you not working? Why are you not working? Probably need a hoe. Alright, you I'm going to put back to stonemason. You I'm going to put back to carpenter. And you I'm going to put to builder. Eventually I want to have a few people who actually can work in each of the different trades and the different yeah, I know you don't have inventory space to build a block. Why? Because you don't. Alright, see, now he's finally built that one, so now I can delete that one. So I'm guessing what you would probably want to do is figure out where your town hall is going to be. Set up where that is going to be, regardless of what the floor is or where you want the floor at. Build your hall location and make sure you have sort of a exterior vestibule for your guys to identify, because for some reason they wouldn't identify the road going through the doorway. I had no actions until after the road, after I deleted or moved the hall over the road. Now I suppose that would be one way I could probably get rid of the roads. Actually, you know what? Let's just test that right now. I'm going to put this back to slower speed here. Okay, let's just pause this altogether, because now I got a merchant who is showing up and is having a hard time figuring things out because I'm in the middle of trying to do something. Typical. Click there. Click and drag. Will you let me drag this one? You will. Alright, there. Now that should delete that road. I'll go back over here and we'll put the hall back where it was. Don't know if it was 4 or 5 wide there. It was actually 5 wide. Okay. So that's one way to delete the roads, I guess. So there's a workaround right discovered right before your eyes. How about that? Alright, cancel this. The merchant has arrived. Have a trader meet him at your hall. You could not make it. Okay, good. You can't figure it out because, you know, that's just the way he is. He's special. Design. Objects. Not objects. It would be construction, utility, fencing, Sometimes this is annoying. Yeah, a way to force this to do this would be nice. One block at a time can be irritating when it just, there's no way you can tell it to not do this. It's just sometimes it cranks out and decides to do that. One block at a time. There we go. At least gives me some fences around my fields. Fences won't slow down much, but they might help a little bit. Okay, and we'll cancel this design, cancel this. Do I need to have a trader in my hall or not? Let's see if this guy shows up. Now, he brought me some very expensive pumpkin seeds. So I don't want to buy those. Some very expensive turnip seeds that I don't want to buy now. I have potato, flax, cotton, corn. And the only thing left now that I need to buy is carrot seeds, and then I'll have a full stack of seed. After a point, I'm going to set up a wheat field. I don't really have much need for wheat, except for the animal pen and for material to make thatched roofs. It's basically the only things that wheat is really used for is feeding the animals and thatching roofs. Which technically is straw, by the way. It's not the wheat, it's the straw from the wheat that's used for those kind of things. Oh, look, he's showing up. Okay, we're gonna pause this. Give me, well, actually, what is your trader skill? Sucks. Okay. Kirshnov, you're a trader, so you can talk to this guy. Because you're just standing around in the town hall anyway. Bob Marley, why are you standing in the town hall? Go back to being a farmer for a bit, Bob. Now again, I have no clue what I need for food stocks before I get the next level guy, but I was sitting at over 100 for the last one. So, yeah. I'm going to say that's about it for today. We'll see how our trader gets here and if he does anything good. A merchant is willing to buy 11 wheat seeds for 3 coins. Sure. And he's selling me 1 carrot seeds for 2 coins. You're making a good deal. It should be all the buying and selling that I actually have listed for this guy. Alright, kids. I'm going to wrap it up here for the time being, and we'll probably pick it up in a couple of 3 days, depending on how things progress. I'm going to let this run for a while. See if my guys can actually build some stuff, cut down some trees. I want to see about getting the livestock pen built, and maybe even collect myself some of those chickens. That's going to be another task. I want to see if I can get back up to over 100 food as well. So I'll talk to you all in the next episode, guys. Have a good night.